Hello everyone. Today I will talk about the thing about the what was it? The the debunking of the Nanotrans T-Rex theory of Nanotrans being a juvenile T-Rex is that there is literally no evidence support that Nanotrans is a juvenile T-Rex. The only thing that was said that is that Nanotrans eyes are big and circular, which, tell you the truth, is not very evidence and stuff because other animals have those circular eye holes, and the fact that they are actually the big eye holes are found in many different types of nocturnal animals and even mammals and other lizards. And the And here's the thing that Jack Horner and other scientists do not look at, and that is the brain case. Yes, there is a brain scan of Nanotrans and T-Rex, and it showed that Nanotrans' brain actually forces the skull to go a little bit downwards, where T-Rex is like straight and stuff. Yet scientists like Jack Horner never look at this. It's never shown on the documentaries that they show of Nanotrans being a juvenile T-Rex. And the fact that there has been a new study on Nanotrans in of the Dino Deathmatch that actually shows that Nanotrans actually had bigger arms than the T-Rex we call Sue. Um, and the fact is that the other evidence that they say and stuff, it's that now translates to juvenile T-Rex, it's that of Jane actually not being fully grown, which is not actually telling because you can just look at a young human bone and think that it's actually looking at the growth lines and seeing that it's not fully grown yet and saying that it's a juvenile and it would spend the next several years becoming an adult, even though it probably is an adolescent or just 1 or 2 years away to become fully grown. And the fact that everything I looked at Nanotrans and things pointed to be more closely related not into the Tyrannosaurus but into the Albertosaurus. Like the way the skulls are, the teeth, the number of the teeth, the pelvis, that type of bone and stuff that you find in dinosaurs. Um, the legs, the tail, the ribs, everything about Nanotrans points it to being part or very closely related to the Albertosaurus and stuff. And the fact that if you ever look at Nanotrans, it technically does not look like a juvenile T-Rex. If T-Rexes did change, they would change like a lot of animals do, like dogs, cats, crocodiles, things like that, where their noses are actually shorter when they're younger and then grow longer. But with the ideology of Nanotrans, they're saying that Tyrannosaurs actually had longer noses, which is only evidence in T-Rex, because we actually did discover skeletons of different growth stages of Eutryanus and Turbosaurus, a close relative to T-Rex, and you don't see that change in from the juveniles to the adults as extreme like you see in Tyrannosaurus into Tyrannosaurus Rex. So what do I think? I think that people like Giacomo should look at more evidence instead of like the skeleton, instead of like at the teeth or at the orbit, but also at the brain case, like in the Cleveland skull. And like people like Dinosaur George and people who worked with him did look at the brain case and found that it was different, not only shaped different, but also the position of skulls again was different and stuff. You know, eel was a different position. And I have to say that's enough evidence to suggest that Nanotyrannus was its own species and stuff, that it was its own genus. It may have not, the Jane may have not been fully grown yet, but that doesn't mean that it would have been a juvenile. It could have been an adolescent 1 or 2 years on its way to becoming fully grown and stuff. And that with the evidence of the Dino Deathmatch, also known as Bloody Mary, that Nanotyrannus' arms were bigger than the T-Rex we know as Zeus, which is the biggest T-Rex we've ever found and the most complete. And this is also a thing of the Dracorex and Stygimoloch and the Pachycephalosaur thing, is because if Dracorex was really a juvenile, I don't think we would have really seen horns on that creature, or if it was female, because dome heads are one thing, but having horns and stuff when you're a juvenile doesn't really make sense. And that's also a thing of the Triceratops, that all the Triceratops seem to have horns when they're born, like stubby little horns. Which if you look at any animal in real life into the modern day, you don't see that. And you don't see the horns on the babies or the newborns, or even into the, well, you do see it in the juveniles, but they're normally like stubby horns. You don't see that in the dinosaurs like Triceratops. They're normally like shown with horns right from the time they're born, which to me is literally impossible, because physiology they shouldn't have it, because they're not old enough to do whatever it is to do things like get a territory and stuff. For example, why would you need a territory when you're a newborn? And also that there is no evidence, and the only evidence is that Jack Horner saying he cut open the skulls and stuff of these animals, which he didn't, because one thing we don't, we've only had one skull of Dracorex and Stygimoloch, and I don't think any scientist would have allowed him to cut open that skulls, because technically that would be illegal to do. Pretty sure there was a illegal action of destroying real bones, especially if you only have one specimen of them and stuff, even only a skull. So I highly doubt that he did this and stuff. And on another note and stuff of one thing I found interesting is pterosaurs that there's fossil evidence of them from different growth stages, from newborns to adults. It showed that they could fly right when they're born, which you really don't see in bats and birds, the flying animals of today, flying birds of today, which I have to say is pretty awesome. Like, you don't really see this. Like, so, yeah, so if Trader the Explainer was hearing this, comment on this and see that, and look at Nanotranus and stuff, the new Nanotranus from Dino Deathmatch show or movie. I really don't know. But turns out Nanotranus is a viable species of its own. So yeah, and if Jack Corner's hearing this, look at the brains case and stuff of Nanotranus and other animals that there is evidence of brain case before you assume that these are younger versions, because they may not, because as we know, the brain will never change. It may change in size, but they'll never change in physiology. Like, the position will become different. That is literally impossible. And this really comes from Dinosaur George. So, Trey the Spinal, Jack Arnold, and all those others, at least do some research on the brain case and stuff before you actually come up with this assumption of Nanotranus being a juvenile T-Rex. Okay, it may not be. In fact, it's totally not, because of the new studies of the Dino Deathmatch that actually had much larger arms than the largest T-Rex ever found, known as Sue. So yeah, comment on my channel and leave a like, and subscribe to my channel. I will try to find a way to to talk to people like Treya the Explainer. Like, Treya Explainer can help me figure out how to do that and stuff. It would be nice to talk to him. So and I will be trying to find, like, if I'll upload these every day or once a week. And comment if you want it every day or at least a week and stuff apart. And let me know. Bye bye.